Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today, we're jumping into a strategy that, honestly, could bring some much-needed calm to crypto investing. Because let's face it, for a lot of people, the biggest challenge is that whole emotional game of trying to time the market. Constantly trying to guess the exact bottom to buy, the exact top to sell. It feels a bit like trying to catch a falling knife, doesn't it? It's exhausting and often kind of futile.
Oh, absolutely. That's the core problem right there. And it's exactly why dollar cost averaging, or DCA, is so relevant. DCA isn't about having a crystal ball, not at all. It's really a strategy built for, well, peace of mind. Basically, it just means investing a set amount of money into, say, a cryptocurrency on a regular schedule. Could be every week, every month, maybe every payday. The key thing is you do it regardless of the price at that moment. You're not trying to predict the perfect time. You're just consistently showing up.
Consistently showing up. I like that. But let's unpack it a bit more. Why is that simple act so powerful? And how does it actually work in practice? So our mission today for you listening is to really get under the hood of DCA, the mechanics, sure, but maybe even more importantly, the psychological advantages.
Yeah, the mechanics are actually pretty straightforward, but quite effective. So imagine you decide, okay, I'm going to put $100 into Bitcoin every single Friday.
All right.
One Friday, maybe Bitcoin's flying high at $60,000. Your $100 gets you what, like 0.00016 BTC, a small piece. Then the next Friday, it dips down to $50,000. But your plan is the same. That same $100 now buys you more Bitcoin, 0.0002 BTC this time. See, you didn't panic, you didn't second guess, you just stuck to the schedule. Over time, what happens is, because you naturally buy more coins when the price is lower and fewer when it's higher, DCA automatically lowers your average cost per coin.
Okay. So you're sort of smoothing out the volatility.
Exactly. It's like this quiet mathematical way to hedge against those wild swings. You just keep building your position while maybe other people are frozen, watching the charts. It brings down your average cost basis over the long run. Downturns become buying opportunities baked into your system, not just red flag.
That's really interesting. So it kind of flips the script on volatility.
Yeah.
So the very thing that scares most people off becomes part of the advantage. But let's talk about the mental side, because honestly, for many of us, managing the emotions, the fear, the greed, that's often harder than understanding the market itself. How does DCA really help take the emotion out of it? What are those specific mental traps it helps us sidestep?
Oh, it's huge on the psychological front. Think about those classic traps, right? You've got FOMO, fear of missing out when prices are shooting up, makes you want to jump in, maybe right at the peak. Panic buying.
Been there.
Yeah, we all have. Or the opposite, the market tanks, drops 30%, and sheer terror sets in. What do people do? Often they panic sell, locking in losses at the bottom. If you don't have a system, you're just reacting to those feelings. It's all gut reaction, often the wrong one. But with DCA, that market crash, it's not a disaster signal. It's just Friday, time for your scheduled buy. And hey, look, Bitcoin's on sale this week. You automatically buy more at that lower price. It turns what feels like a catastrophe into just another scheduled transaction, maybe even a slightly better one. It frees you up, You don't need to check the price constantly. You avoid that decision fatigue, that constant anxiety of, did I do the right thing?
Yeah. It reminds me a bit of try to plan, like the perfect vacation itinerary down to the minute, stressful. And then you realize just heading in a general direction and enjoying the ride, stopping when something looks interesting. Yeah. That's often way better. DCA kind of feels like that enjoy the journey investing approach. It takes away the pressure to be psychic, which has got to be a relief. But is it always the best strategy? Like, are there times when DCA maybe isn't the perfect fit, even for someone thinking long-term, or any common misunderstandings?
That's a really good point. It's powerful, but it's not like a universal magic wand. DCA shines when you have genuine belief in the long-term prospects of whatever you're buying. The fundamentals matter. So if you're DCAing into a crypto project that, well, frankly, has shaky tech, no real users, maybe a dodgy team, DCA isn't going to save it if it's heading towards zero eventually.
Right. Garbage in, garbage out, even if you buy consistently.
Exactly. It's about consistently accumulating something you believe has lasting value. Another thing people sometimes bring up is, well, what if the market just goes straight up like a rocket with no major dips? In that very specific hypothetical scenario, technically, putting all your money in at the very beginning, a lump sum, would perform better. You got in earlier at the lowest prices.
But that's timing the market again, isn't it?
Precisely. You're back to needing that crystal ball. Predicting that perfect entry for a sustained bull run is, well, it's incredibly hard. Near impossible for most mortals. DCA isn't really about hitting home runs on every single trade by luck. It's about methodically building your position over time, optimizing for consistent accumulation.
Consistent accumulation versus speculative timing. Okay, that really clarifies the core idea. So let's sort of bring this together. The main takeaway seems to be that DCA provides this simple, uh, repeatable, and disciplined path for investing. Especially good, maybe, if you're newer to crypto, or just frankly tired of the emotional ups and downs. It really does sound like that set it, forget it, and let time do the work idea. But now we understand why it works, both the math and the mindset.
Yeah, and if you zoom out and look at the bigger picture for long-term investors, historically, DCA has proven itself. It really underlines that old wisdom, something often forgotten in the heat of daily market moves, that time in the market generally beats trying to time the market. That's a pretty fundamental truth, and it applies way beyond just crypto.
Yeah, time in the market beats timing the market. That's a powerful summary. And maybe that's the final thought to leave you with today, this principle of consistent, disciplined action. Not trying to nail every single move perfectly. How could that apply elsewhere in your life? Think about learning a skill or building a new habit, maybe even managing your projects or your time. Where else could this kind of stress-free, steady approach help you reach your long-term goals? Definitely something to think about after this deep dive.